Greetings, fellow slinging agents in the wild. It's your trusted handler, Brian, bringing to you another installment of our homebrew scenario, Acquired Taste. As I look back on our archives, I notice we've produced more actual play homebrew scenarios than we have those that have been published. Sins of the Father, Deep Waters, Gaslight, Under a Pale Moon, Lot 27, Collateral Damage, Little Treasures, and now Acquired Taste. That's 8 homebrew scenarios over the 5 published we've ran. And we're still laying the groundwork for an overarching story that will phase in and out of all of our coming seasons, in addition to all the cryptid stories we put out. Think of it as our mythology. However, and this is a big one, if there's a published scenario that you'd like to hear us run for you, then let me know. Write into rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com and submit your request. Let me know which agents you think would be a good fit for that scenario, and let's see if we can make that a reality. Alright, let's warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 presents our homebrew scenario, Acquired Taste, Episode Deuce. Yeah, we're dropping the deuce. You guys have any questions? Sam just says, fuck it, I'm out of here.
I guess that's a question.
Questions.
Got no question.
Just closing the door.
Cool. Awesome.
Everybody have
All right.
Back underway. All right, well, let me lead us in here. Ready?
Ready.
Yeah. Greetings, fellow slinging agents in the wild. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, and with me, my hard slingers of yore. Yeah. Episode 2 of our homebrew Delta Green scenario, Acquired Taste. Currently, you guys are at the medical examiner's office. You were there to investigate the death of this 13-year-old boy, Jules Kinkaid, after taking on a kind of like a, I don't know if he's like an unwanted individual, but another party to your investigation, a Michael Collins, who has identified himself as a literature writer who writes about cryptids. The doctor, Dr. Milton Reeves, went to show you the body, and the body's gone. Currently, Agent Each, you and Michael Collins are looking out a window onto the parking lot down below, and all you see is a fluttering sheet down there. Odesso, you told Dr. Reeves to be looking if any other bodies were missing or possibly somebody was hiding in one of the refrigeration units. You then entered the hallway where Each and Collins are at the far end of. Let's pick it up with you, Each.
You catching that there, Mr. Collins? That sheet down there? I'll point down.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Now, I think it's time that we have a little talk now.
Really? And he looks towards you like,
I'll kind of position him towards the window a little bit, just to kind of, you know.
So, hey, wait a minute. Agent, this kind of goes against regulations. What are you doing?
Just time for a little talk. So you've sort of foisted yourself upon us, and now you're a part of it. And now you've seen things. So now we're asking you to be a part of the team. And let us know what really you think might be happening and what's not. Not at this moment. Just listen, please. But now that you're a part of the team, there's certain rules you're going to have to abide by. We don't talk about this unless it's amongst each other. We don't write about it either. Odesso, is there anything you'd like to add?
There's an empty locker in the back. If he doesn't want to agree, we could fill it.
You think he would be missed? Well, how about this? He wouldn't be missed.
But he probably wouldn't be found either.
Yeah. I don't know. So now that we've got all this out of the way and you're now part of our team, do you have any idea of what's going on here, Mr. Collins?
You know, agents, I'm still kind of sorting it out in my head right now. You know, kind of got a few ideas what we might be dealing with. I'm still trying to get as much evidence as I possibly can to prove it, though. But I feel cornered about saying anything because I don't want to be wrong. And ironically, I don't want to be right either.
Well, we'd much rather have you be right because, as you know, we're dealing with things. You've wrote about them and all that. You go ahead and think about what you want to say. We're going to go back, all of us, since we're a team now, and talk to the doctor, find out. Then we have to meet with Detective Kershaw. We'll find out. And we also have to go to the crime scene. And after we've done that, we're going to want to hear what you have to say. Because if you're not helping us, you're a hindrance. And if you're a hindrance, you're going to have to go away.
No, I don't want to be a hindrance. And like I said, I was
She'll be a
being
help.
Yes, I will.
Excellent.
I was being truthful with you agents, that I believe I can be an asset. I can be an asset to your investment. I can do this. I know.
You will be.
He starts putting himself back under control again. He's, I can help. I can do this. And I will do this.
And follow us. Odessa, let's go back and see what the doctor had to say.
Okay.
That I didn't know what you were talking about.
You make your way back into the refrigerant storage room, and you see that all of the doors to all the units are open. You see all the bags are opened. They're all unzipped, all 9 of them. And he's just looking at them. He's twirling that ring on his pinky, thinking, looking at the bodies, looking at all of these bodies. And he sees you 3 come in, and he just shrugs. He's like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Out of game for a second. How many meat lockers are there, so to speak?
Say there's 12.
Okay. And he's got 9 bodies, so 3 empties?
No, there's 12 lockers and then 9 bags on the floor.
Gotcha. Right. So there are 3 empty lockers, is my point.
No, there's...
Got to roll for it. Make it legit.
There's 2 empty lockers.
Got it. Okay, so we're all cool. All right. So nothing unusual. We didn't misplace the bodies in any other location. So now we're looking at a body just getting up and walking away. Well, I think we've satisfied our threshold question as to whether or not this falls within our purview. And we resolved that question in the affirmative. I'm going to step out and make a call.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Reeves. It appears that your call was justified. We're now going to go to the crime scene, potentially. And what would you say the detective's name was? A Detective Kerr or something?
Detective Kershaw.
Kershaw. Okay.
Yeah. You know, when I left the crime scene, he was there. He may still be there for all you know.
Okay. You don't happen to have a number, do you?
Yeah, I do. And
okay. Maybe we could call him. Or maybe you could call him and let him know that we're on our way. It may hold a little bit more weight coming from you than just some random people calling him.
Well, right now he's kind of pressuring me to give him as much information about this boy as possible. If I reach out to him, it might pressure me to release any of the information sooner. Are you sure you want me to contact him?
Not yet. We want to figure out why the feds are involved. What would be our jurisdictional hook in this case? I'm still trying to figure that in my head. Why would we be here? Why would the feds be here?
Well, the crime scene could fall under an area that we were already watching or something like that.
Yeah, we could just tell them that there's another murder.
I'll let you handle it, Odessa.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
always good at that.
Yes.
You're good.
There's been a series of
spinning a
murders
yarn.
involving the same type of strange splintered item with exactly that chemical composition. It's spanning several states now, so this is definitely linked to our investigation.
Mr. Collins here is a special liaison. What is he, Odessa?
He is going to be our... All right, Collins, prove your worth. Why are you here?
I will be a chronicler of events in the field.
Yeah, that's not going to hold up. We're going to
Maybe
have to
like
put
a
I think I'm going to call you an expert on some of the finer details of the use of the murder weapon. I think that may help because it's an unusual one, and that may satisfy a.
He was a
inquisitive
private
detective.
investigator that was helping us on our original case that we're not at liberty to discuss with Detective Kershaw.
Bingo.
Got that, Collins?
Got it, agents. Like I said, I'm here to lend support and get to the bottom of this. All of it.
Really? I'm the good guy. You can trust me. Yeah, enough of that. Let's get moving.
I'm the good guy, really. I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
So, tell me what we're doing.
Well, I think we should go to the crime scene, and hopefully Kershaw's there so we don't have to make 2 stops.
Right.
Okay.
We got a car. Let's throw Homebred in the back. And then I want to call Heisenberg out of earshot of this dude. So,
Okay.
And I'd like to get a card if the doctor has one, just in case Kershaw asks. Say, yes, we went and visited Dr. Reeves. He was busy. We really didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he said that we should go talk with you. You have more answers.
So you want
Just to help.
Reeves's card?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just want to have a
Good
little
call.
bit of backup so we're not just 3 people randomly showing up wanting to stomp around.
Okay. He hands you one of his business cards.
Thank
Dr.
you. We'll be in
Milton
touch.
Reeves, slicer and dicer extraordinaire.
Love it. All right. Why don't you take our friend here and have him have a seat in the car, and I'll give a call to our contact.
Okay. I'll walk out. Are we in a rental car that's a Camaro, probably?
It is.
The red
It's a red
Camaro, my
Camaro.
dad.
Awesome. There's not much of a back seat in there, is there?
He'll fit.
Okay.
I'm sure
Well,
you'll
no, I
make
was,
this 6'1" frame.
No,
fit.
you're very tall, Mr. Collins. Here, why don't you get in the passenger seat there, and I'll walk around to the driver's side, and then I'll get in behind him just to fuck with him a little more.
Oh, I like that. That's a
Yeah,
good
and
idea.
as he's sitting there, he's kind of checking out of his peripheral vision and kind of clears his throat and says, can we maybe listen to some music maybe, or some no?
It's gonna get probably loud later on. I think we should just turn up the quiet right now and enjoy. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself before we cut to Odesso, or after?
I'm just I'm making my way. I kind of go where the threads lead me, and the latest thread has led me here to Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just
Well, we'll get to know each other more over the course of the following hours. I have a feeling.
well, that'd be great, Agent Kimura. I would greatly
Call me
like to
Each.
know each. I would greatly like to know what makes someone like you tick and get called out to something like this. I look forward to us finding out more about each other. Agent Odesso. Both the car doors close. You're met by the silence and cold air. Fog drifting across the parking lot. Tell me what you do.
I whip out my cell phone and call Heisenberg.
One ring. Picks up. Odesso.
Yep. We met with the ME, and it's definitely something we're interested in. When we arrived here, the ME told us how the young man had died. Then we went to go examine the body. The body was gone, and we have evidence to suggest that it wasn't carried away. It may have moved on its own, so it definitely falls within our wheelhouse.
All right. Yeah, he told me the specifics about how the boy died and the wounds. But last time he checked in with me, the body was still there. You're
How long
saying
ago
the
was
body
that?
is gone? It was over 2 hours ago, I believe.
That links up with what he told us. Yeah, the body is gone. And we went through the morgue to check and make sure it wasn't put away anywhere else, and it wasn't, so it's just an issue. So we believe that this does fall within our purview, or jurisdiction, if you will. There is one complication. Do you happen to be able to run a particular gentleman by the name of Michael Collins? He seems to be an author of sorts, and he's here. He's familiar with our ME and has talked to him, and, well, now he's become a fixture with us. Both Each and I are a little curious about him. He seems to know a lot more than he's letting on. But now he's attached himself to this investigation. So we're going to bring him in.
But
if you have any insight on him,
investigation, what the hell is this?
Hey,
Like
the
a
handler
fucking
forced
child
him
to
on
work
us.
day or something?
no, this guy's an investigator of some kind. He's one of those.
Oh, that's even better. You got Magnum PI running around Providence,
No,
Rhode
he's
Island with you.
Pretty well.
I could have sent in the
ultimately-
B string, for fuck's sake.
We can always take care of him if we need to. There are some empty spaces
We're
in the
arguing
ME.
with the handler on it. He's the one who put him in there.
Hey!
Have some more apple juice. Look at that. Yeah.
I got a feeling he may be of help to us because we are dealing with something unknown, and he does have a large repertoire of information. He has written at least one book or more. Does his name ring a bell with you?
Well, pulling it up here on the internet here. Well, it looks like he's written a couple of books.
That's what we hear.
I'll have to dig deeper into it. He wrote Monsters Amongst Us, Part 1. Looks like he's currently doing something. Just maybe that's the Part 2. I don't know. I don't
He's
see
sweating
any
bullets.
sales on it. Yeah. Let me get back to you on this, Adesso. I can't find anything right now on this guy, but I want to vet him out on my end.
Right on. Sounds good. But if his name doesn't immediately occur to you as somebody who is recognized as an expert in our field, I question his utility in this instance. We'll keep you apprised.
Well, Adesso, let me just tell you this. If he would have been valuable to our field, don't you think we would have brought him in by now?
Good point.
Out.
All right. Adesso gets into the car and looks at each. Our friend here has limited utility.
Hey, I'm right here.
I know. And here's my thought on you, man. If you were any use to us, you probably would be part of the organization. Each, your thoughts?
No. We know where he is currently. I think that's better than not knowing where he is.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Mr. Collins? You still can prove yourself, too.
Yeah, I agree. And I have no doubt that I'll be helpful.
And I have
In
a
your
feeling,
vast... Go ahead,
Sorry,
bro.
I was going to say, I have a feeling in the next few hours, we're either going to become really fine friends or really good enemies.
Well, with you choosing the seat directly behind me in this car, that's not a good start to a good friendship. But
Exactly.
you know what? I'm okay with it. I understand you're a little paranoid, and that's okay, man. That's okay. I get it. He pulls out his book and he starts writing down some ideas. Where are you guys going?
We are going to meet with Detective Kershaw.
Now, the last you heard, he's probably at the crime scene.
Yep, that's where we're headed.
Okay, 11 Massey Avenue. Punch it into the GPS. You see it's 4.6 miles away. You start heading out, and it takes you just under 14 minutes to get there.
During that trip, Adesso turns to Collins and says, "Well, help us with your vast encyclopedic knowledge. What do you think we're chasing here? What do you think killed that kid? Was it a who or a what?"
I believe it's a what?
Okay. What, in your opinion, uses a 100-year-old wooden stake to kill and would have the precision to leave 2 puncture marks but only extract white blood cells?
See, that doesn't make any sense. The wounds are contrary to one another. If it was one or the other, I could say it was either to annihilate a cryptid or it was the result of an attack by a cryptid. As far as the absence of white blood cells, that could have been caused by some mass viral infection.
Maybe the kid's got leukemia, but that's not the impression I got from the ME. If he had had leukemia, that would have been something he would have mentioned. Or worst, AIDS. AIDS kills your white blood cells. But again, if those things were present, I anticipate that our good doctor would have mentioned those things, and he didn't.
Yeah, I don't have all the answers. I can help. I can help do this, but I'm like you, both of you agents. I need data as well.
From my knowledge of vampire movies growing up in the 80s, usually the bodies will come back to life if they remove the stake. So if this kid was indeed bitten by some sort of we'll just say a vampire, and was staked, well, when they remove the stake, the creature usually comes back, right? I remember seeing that. If they don't cut the head off or submerge it in water, and don't even know if that's what we're dealing with, but that's my limited knowledge.
You know, in my investigations across the many states that I've been in, the stake could have killed the child, possibly. But would the bite have brought the child back? Or are you saying that he was already... You're saying he was a vampire? And that he was staked and the stake pulled out?
Yeah.
So he always had an absence of white blood cells.
Well, how about you tell us what a cryptid is? I mean, I have an understanding of what I think a cryptid is, but what do you think it is?
Well, they're monsters that defy logic of existence. You know, you're talking like your werewolves, your mummies, your vampires, your ogres, your
trolls,
things like that. Yeah.
Have you
things from beyond? But you're not talking about things from beyond the veil. You're talking about modern horror show movies, stuff that always
things
has a
beyond the
rational
veil?
explanation.
What are you talking about?
Got it.
Have you encountered any of these before?
Directly and indirectly, yes. Yes.
Directly. So have you lost friends, shed blood, given blood? How much have you encountered with these? Because I'm telling you right now, if you have not, well, prepare to play with madness, my friend.
Let's just say that I have sacrificed more than enough to my cause to know that they're real.
Okay.
Can we just get to the residence?
Well, we've been driving the whole time.
Yeah, start up the car now, Odessa. Let's go. Oh, I don't even have the keys.
You pull into a rural neighborhood, and you see that the address leads you to the Kinkaid residence. And it's easy to tell which one is theirs because it's cordoned off with yellow crime tape. You see there's still a police unit parked on the street with an officer sitting inside. And you see another officer standing by the open front door on the other side of the tape.
Okay. As we approach, I turn to Collins and say, okay, don't say anything. Follow our lead.
Make an observation check as you start making your way towards the house.
45 under 75.
I failed 90.
You hear the officer in the unit out front identify himself as Officer Murray, and he can be overheard reporting back to dispatch and inquiring on the bolo for Owen Kinkaid. Wondering how that's going, if anybody has a 20 on this individual. It comes back as a negative.
All right. Paulie walks up, slowly pulls out his FBI ID, walks up and says, "Hi, I'm Agent Odesso. I'd like to speak to the officer in charge, please. FBI."
Agents? Hey, Detective Kershaw. We've got some agents at the front door. And as you look past the officer, you see a large pool of crimson dominates the white tile entrance. You see a white credenza against the wall on the left, with several framed pictures sitting atop of it. You hear from the far archway on the opposite side of the entryway a booming voice come back and say, "Send him back this way, officer." You see there's another archway off to the right, just past the entranceway.
Gotcha. Well, we'll make our way carefully back, not to step in anything. And
Yeah, be careful with that, will you guys?
and Adesso makes sure he keeps an eye on Collins.
I got him.
You got him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you walk in, you notice that there are all these pictures that are on this credenza. You see, they're just depicting families, a family in particular. You see one is a wedding picture of a man and a woman. You see 3 other pictures have a man, a woman, and a young boy. And then you see another picture that's off to the side, almost reverently. Looks to be a family picture, but it's the man, the woman, and 2 boys.
Okay.
Do the boys look like they were brothers or something?
They look like they could have been related to one another, but they look like they have some years apart, maybe 5 years apart from each other, somewhere in that range.
Which,
He'd be 18 then.
what are their
missing
ages
son.
in the picture? Like, would I be able to notice? Like,
Maybe one of them is maybe 5, one of them, and the other one's 13, somewhere in that
okay.
in that
So
zone.
the 13 is, we might assume, is Jules. Okay.
No, I think the 13 is the younger one. I think Jules is the younger kid. Because
Well,
he's
Jules
13
is
now.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
As you start making your way through the entranceway and past the archway on the right, you see that it opens onto a living room with a set of stairs at the far end of the living room. And you continue going down the entryway to the second archway and see that it opens onto a kitchen. As you stand in the archway, you notice a large black man in his late 40s, probably 6'2", 235 pounds, broad shoulders and thick arms that fill out of this white button-up shirt. He's mulling over several open envelopes on the kitchen counter. And on the counter next to him is an open wooden box, 24 inches by 18 inches by 20 inches deep. And he looks up at the 3 of you and he says, "You know, this is a closed crime scene. What can I do for you 3 agents?"
Well, there's a crossover. First off, I'm Agent Adesso. Pleasure to meet you, Detective. This is my special agent, Ichi Kimura, and our expert consultant, Mr. Michael Collins. This particular facts of these cases spread quickly. We have a crossover investigation, same modus of death with the same use of the murder weapon. Perchance, have you found the murder weapon?
Same MO, you say, huh?
Not so much the MO, but the same use of a strange weapon. You know, a wooden application of a stake to the chest. It's the same thing. More specifically, the chemical composition is what caught our eye and alerted us to this investigation. Same chemical composition across our investigation.
No, I haven't found the murder weapon here.
Do you have any idea what it may be?
I'm waiting to hear back from the ME. He hasn't said shit to me. I've been waiting on his call all damn night.
Well, we had made Agent Kimura, by the way, Detective Kershaw. We had stopped on the way to here over to see the doctor, but he was too busy to speak with us. So he apparently is still trying to figure out the answers you need.
So he's got the time to talk to somebody that hadn't been called into this crime. But he doesn't have time to talk to the lead detective.
No,
I
he
figured
didn't get
that.
to talk
That's the
to
way
us, is what-
Reeves is. He's always got his
No.
own little agenda.
No, we had Mrs. Harbor downstairs when we inquired to speak to the doctor. She said that he wasn't able. So,
Okay.
yes, please
Well-
don't have any wrath towards the doctor. I'm sure he's trying to get you the answers we need.
Well, you're here now, so I might as well put you to use. Here's what I have. Nothing. I got this man, Owen Kinkaid. Appears to be quite the mystery. The Kinkaids were new to Providence. None of the neighbors really knew them. We found this box on the floor of the master bedroom closet. If this is someone's idea of a weapons cache, I've seen better and certainly more practical. I've been going over everything in this case and none of it makes sense. So, my working theory is this. This man, Owen Kinkaid, murders his son, then takes off with the wife. Why? Why would he do this? Why only kill the boy? Where did he go with the wife? Is she in on it? What's her part to play if she is?
Why do you think that Owen Kinkaid killed these people?
Look, how come he hasn't shown up yet? I mean, I'd be curious if I came and my house was fucking crime scene.
Well, you could be equally as suspicious of the wife.
Just doesn't make any damn sense. I got scuff marks over here on the kitchen. That shows me that she may have been taken by force.
How do you know she was here?
Neighbors heard a commotion. That's how we got the call.
Right, but that doesn't explain how anyone knew she was here. Scuff marks on the floor could have been caused by the kid.
Maybe she screamed or something. Maybe the neighbors heard her.
That's the most likely possibility of the commotion that they heard from what we could gather from the neighbors. Because from where we can see it, it looks like the boy died immediately at the front door.
You mind if I go take a look over there while my associate continues his questions?
Be my guest. Good luck finding anything. We've been up and down this damn house, haven't found shit.
Isn't there another kid? Saw a family portrait in the wall. 2 boys and a father and wife. The youngest
it
one
looks like the
appears to
boy
be
was
dead.
checked into the school and they only had one child that was registered at the school. I saw the
The other
picture
one-
too, but there's only one child.
Yeah, the other one appears to be about 18 right now, so he wouldn't be a child. Any idea where he is? The older one?
Possible by the age of the picture, maybe he's dead. Maybe he ran away, maybe he moved away from home. I know I was kicked out of the house at a ripe early age.
Are the cell phones around of the wife and the kid?
We're both here at the house.
Well, what I mean is Mrs. Kinkaid's cell phone around here, or the young man's cell phone, the recently deceased, his cell phone around here?
Mrs. Kinkaid's cell phone's over here by these envelopes of bills. As far as the boys, it was upstairs in his room.
Okay. Let's see if we can unlock those and take a peek inside and figure out if,
As you go over to the counter to look at the phone, you see that there's several envelopes, most likely what the detective was looking at. And you see that one of them is addressed to Owen Kinkaid from the Providence Community Electricity, congratulating him for choosing PCE to meet his family's needs while starting up his utilities. And you see there's several other envelopes beneath that, one from Providence Telephone and Cable, another one from Providence Water Supply, another one from the City of Providence Curbside Trash.
They just moved here.
Agent Each. As
I'm
you
taking
go-
Collins with me too.
He was going with you anyways.
No, I'm taking him with me.
Oh, come on.
All right, Collins. Let's go check out the entrance here.
Sure, yeah, let's go do that. So you guys go back into the foyer. See this red speckled white credenza. Pictures all over it. You see a huge pool of tacky crimson on the floor. Tell me what you want to do.
Well, we have how many pictures on the credenza? The married one, then the one of the kids, and then there was one more, you said?
You see 5 pictures on the credenza.
Okay. Do any other ones feature the second child?
Just the one that's off to the right that's set aside.
Okay. I will take pictures of that, but specifically of the one with the second child. I want to see if we can locate a picture of Jules and find out if he's the younger one or if he's the older one.
Okay.
Because I don't know how modern this picture is, and I can't open it and see what the date is, if there's one. Any of these, does there look to be any sort of fingerprints or any kind of footprints going through any of the blood or anything like that?
You know, like when people get in scuffles, and we see it in movies where their feet kind of scrape along the blood and whatnot, it's not a solid pool. It's almost though somebody had flailed in it. That's what you're seeing right here.
Okay, like can I make an observation check to see if it's one body, two bodies, multiple footprints, or
Sure.
things like that? And then, well, let me do that one first. That's a 69 under 70. Whew.
You see that the thrashing about that's in this blood appears to be from one person.
Okay, so does the sizes of the thrashing appear 13-year-old boy size, or does it feel like
It's
giant
possible. I mean,
detective or
you don't know how petite the woman is, and you don't know how big a 13-year-old boy's feet can get.
right?
You know,
Yeah.
I know that they could get big. So
Yeah. What about just in the general area? Obviously, there's the blood there, and then the speckled credenza. Can I make an observation on specifically the credenza, and then specifically what else is there besides the bloodstained tiles and all that? Like, what else can
yeah,
I be?
go ahead.
So credenza, 34 under 70.
34. Are you looking to see how spackled it is, or what do you want?
No, I want to see if there's anything like doors ajar, a
Oh.
fingerprint on the underside of a drawer handle, something behind it, without moving the whole
Okay.
thing. But peering under,
Peering under it.
behind.
Okay, sure. All the pictures look like they've been undisturbed. All the drawers look unmolested. As you look underneath it, though, you see there's a piece of wood. It looks about 24 inches long, cylindrical and tapered. That's against the far wall behind the credenza in the dark.
Okay. I will remove a pair of gloves, the rubber gloves, and I'll make it known to the. Well, quick out of game, Tony. Do you think I should alert the detective, or should I just grab it and see it first?
See it first, and then we can alert him after that.
What's the protocol, though? Would that be questionable of me grabbing this or going, "Hey, look what I found"?
No, it'd be chain of custody. Would it be with the gloves and you're doing that? It would be proper. The only
Okay.
thing that they would want extra is a photograph of where you got it from before you pick it up.
Make a
Okay,
luck
well,
roll.
I will take a photo of it. Okay, luck roll on 20, right?
Yes.
13.
13.
Yeah.
The officer that's stationed at the door is not looking in at what you're doing. He's actually looking away from the house.
Okay. I will. I'll whisper to Collins. Collins, can you go talk with the policeman right there? Get his attention.
Sure. Yeah.
He
goes up to me.
Yeah.
Slaps him on the shoulders. Hey, officer. I was here earlier this evening, and I'm currently trying to get an understanding of how this whole thing. And I want to get your perspective. And he starts leading him away from the front door, and just starts. The voices start getting lower and just tapering off altogether.
Okay. I'll real quickly take a few pictures with my cell phone to show where the object is, and then I will, as carefully as possible, remove the object and take a look at it without trying to break anything or whatever.
You pull this cylindrical object out from underneath the credenza. You notice, like I'd mentioned before, it's about 24 inches long and cylindrical. Its widest end is about 1.5 inches and flat. It looks like something may have been attached to it because you could see threads on the inside of that portion. At its narrowest end, which shaves down to about 1 inch, maybe a little bit less, that end is actually looks to be either broken or whittled away.
Okay. So like and does this wood appear to be like the other wood that we had saw splinters of? Like, is this old wood that's like this is 100-year-old half of a pool cue or what?
Yeah, it looks as though it's been cured and treated. It's got a rosewood finish to it. It's all lacquered.
So
Except for
is it a pool cue? Can I tell or something
You
like
really,
that?
you
Or
really
is it?
can't tell because of how little of it is there.
Oh, okay.
Like
24
one end is shattered off. The other end, whatever was on the other end, has been removed.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anything else in the immediate area that would require me to do like some sort of observation? Like, obviously, I think this is kind of a big clue, but this is the credenza. Is there anything across from it that's in the splatter range that I need to look at, or
No, directly across from the credenza is the archway that leads into the living
Yeah.
room, and then you saw the stairs that led upwards into there. So,
All right, I will. Excuse me, Detective Kershaw. I believe I have found something.
why don't you look through this stuff and see what you can find, Agent? I'm going to go talk to your partner.
We're just friends.
Agent Adesso. He leaves you in the kitchen with the envelopes in the box as he goes to see Agent Each.
I want to look at the envelopes to see if there are or is an envelope addressed to the missing child. Obviously, the younger kid under 18 wouldn't have a mail addressed to him, but maybe something there would.
No, everything appears to be addressed to Owen Kinkaid. One of the, as you're going through, obviously it says, Providence Community Electricity congratulating you for choosing us to meet all your family's needs. Providence Telephone Company and Cable thanking him for his business in establishing his new telephone number. There's one from the water supply, one from the city of Providence Curbside Trash. There's also a recent paycheck stub in Owen Kinkaid's name.
Okay, the recent telephone bill. I'd like to take a look and see what the number is.
Okay. It is 401 716 5820.
Okay, and then the pay stub. Where does he work at?
He works for a company called Tanner's Goods. The address is 18 Burgess Cove, Providence, Rhode Island. Business number 401 716 5820.
Wait a minute. It's the same as the cell phone number. Okay. Polly whip out his phone and call 401-716-5820.
It goes to a voicemail that says, "This is Tanner's Goods. Please leave a name and number, and we will get back to you."
Okay, I won't leave a message. I take a closer look at the pay stub. Does it have a year-to-date on it? It should.
It's a current year to date.
No,
It's
what I'm
a-
asking
it's-
is, it'll have its the pay period, January 1st to January 15th, and then it'll have a year-to-date showing, how many months he's already been working.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It says he's been there for just over 40 days.
Okay. So he has some recent employee. Okay, and the cell phone number he has goes to that, and it goes direct. Didn't ring at all, or went directly to voicemail?
Went directly to voicemail.
Okay. All right, and we have the address. Okay, the box that's on the table, I'd like to take a look inside, see if there's anything else in there.
Okay. Yeah, you open it up, and it's exactly like Detective Kershaw described. If it's a weapons cache, it's nothing that he probably would have chosen for his own home defense. You see there's a handheld crossbow with a cartridge tucked underneath it. The string is weird, though. It looks like it's made from hair or something, coarse hair. You see there's a knife in there that's in a sheath. The sheath is unusual. It's not really a leather. It's like something you've never seen before. There's a blanket that's also in there. It's folded tightly and wrapped up with 550 cord. You also see a hatchet. You see a compass. And then you see something wrapped up in a black linen napkin that's probably 10 inches long and wound down to about 3.5 inches in diameter.
Okay, I'll take a closer look at that.
Okay. You unfurl it and you see what appears to be a yellow bone fragment with a piece of ice blue colored alloy next to it.
Ice blue what?
It's like an ice blue colored, like how it goes blue and then a real light blue, but it's like a really light alloy.
Oh,
It almost looks like a rib bone. The alloy does.
The yellow, does it look more like a tooth or a bone?
It's hard to tell unless you knew what it came from. It would be difficult to know.
Gotcha. Anything special about the napkin it was wrapped in?
No, it just looks like something that would be kept in.
Yeah. Something was laying around, need to put it in something. That was it. Okay. Let's
Look at John. Show him, right?
There we go.
For the listeners, in case he keeps this in, he had just a random black napkin on his desk.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the knife and see if the leather is actually human-made leather, because that would be unusual.
Special leather.
Special.
Well, you do grab the knife and you pull it out, and the first thing you notice is that the leather itself, the sheath looks like it's made from the skin of a forearm. It's hard to tell.
Weird, Ryder.
It's
Human
hard,
forearm.
it's hard to tell if it's from a human or something else. But the knife itself has a dull tip, like really dull. There's not even a point. There's not even an edge to it.
Like one of Eric's knives.
Is it, do I identify, does it look like a Mora knife or maybe a Kershaw or possibly a Benchmade or something like that I would recognize?
No,
as a knife
but
maker?
as you're looking at this, you come to realize that the blade itself is made of compressed wood.
Very interesting. Okay, so it's got no hallmark stamped into it. It's just a compressed wood blade in a strange sheath. Okay, I'm taking that with us.
Okay.
So,
There's also another blade I forgot to mention. There's an obsidian blade in there.
Oh, does that look familiar to me? Perhaps it's a black obsidian blade that may have come from a particular, or I recognize from a particular, I don't know, the civilian hotel in their bathroom.
It looks exactly like one of those blades.
Holy shit. Okay, I grab that too.
Okay.
And I'll put that I'll put both of them in a pocket in my
What
the
are we
compass.
doing here,
Anything
Odessa?
What?
Like, do we want to just procure or take the whole box? Like, aren't they going to find stuff missing?
I don't think the detective was too concerned with it. He may or may not find something. You know what? I don't want to take the box because then they'll ask me for a custody receipt.
Okay.
I'm only really interested in the knife. The obsidian knife can stay. I'm familiar with that, but I would want to show it to each. The compass, I'm going to take a closer examination on that.
Okay. You open
'Cause
up
you can
the
take pictures of all this stuff, and we don't have to steal anything and cause questions.
Good thing. Yeah, all right. I'll take pictures of everything except the wood knife is coming with me.
Okay.
Something's got to get stolen, damn it.
Something's got to come with me.
Look,
I
I didn't
leave
come
it
all this. I
empty-handed.
didn't come to Providence not to get something. So you open up the compass, and the first thing you notice is that there's no directions on it. It's just 360 hash marks and a floating needle.
Does the needle point what should be north, or is it pointing somewhere else?
It's just randomly going around. It goes clockwise for a few moments, then starts to slow down, pause, then it goes counterclockwise, does the same thing. It's not really pointing anywhere yet.
All right, that's coming with me too. All right, the hatchet.
I was a
Anything
Boy
unusual
Scout.
about that?
I was an Eagle Scout. I'm taking the motherfucking compass with me. For the listeners,
I ain't leaving
Tone was an
empty-handed.
Eagle Scout.
Odessa needs a taste.
And during
Gotta
Red
wet my
Dawn,
beak.
he would have been taken into custody.
What about the hatchet?
The hatchet. You see that the blade itself is made of stone. Straight up stone. Looks like something from the Stone Age, basically.
I
You
gotcha.
can see if it has any like wood debris, splinters, sawdust on it, like they carved the steak out of it.
Yeah. See if I can tell if it's a flint napped one or anything unusual about it. Any
No,
blood
nothing.
hanging out in the edge. Nothing.
No, nothing unusual.
How about the crossbow? Other than does the string of the crossbow appear to be like something like horsehair or something else that used to be a thing back in the day?
It's a type of hair. It looks coarse, but it may not be horsehair. But like I said, it's small
mine.
crossbow that has a cartridge in it.
I take a look at the cartridge.
You pop it out,
Look,
you see
fire
that
it up.
you see that the bolt that's on top has a silver tip on it with a, looks like a religious mark on it. And as you look past it, you see that there are 3 bolts that are currently in the crossbow itself.
Okay, I'll take pictures of all that. Do I recognize the religious symbol?
Make an occult check, Adesso.
Okay. 54 under 10, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it's possible that whatever religious sect this once was has been lost to the ages.
How about a history check? Because that same roll would have made it. I have a 50 in history.
Nope.
Oh, see if it's associated with the Cult of Ages or whatever Black Knife people.
Whisper of Ages?
Yeah, Whisper
There we
of
go.
Ages.
We're doing a history check? Well, you
Yeah,
don't
I'd rather
know
do a
you
history
don't-
check.
You don't know enough about the Whisper of Ages to make that kind of check, though.
But he did those symbols. Remember, he read those. He could see if it's like Aklo
he
or
reads
something.
Aklo.
But
Is it
okay.
Aklo?
No, it's not Aklo, though.
Oh, okay.
See, he was able to read the Aklo, but this isn't Aklo.
Okay.
So,
Got it.
but like I said, whatever religious sect that this branding would have been part of might have been lost to the ages or just kept super secretive through the years.
Gotcha. All right, so I'll take pictures of the bolts. Do the tips of them appear to be made out of a special metal,
Silver.
like silver or
Silver.
silver? It is silver. It's not a silver metal. It is silver.
It is silver.
Okay. All right.
Not a fan.
And
Look at him contemplating whether or not he's going to take it. What do I take?
Yeah.
It's like a free for all.
Because this is like a game, but he still wants to steal it and get money from it.
tell me about the blanket. It's tightly folded and bound with 550 cord. Is there anything inside it, or is it just tightly bound?
Well, it's wound up, like it's tied up, so you can't see what it's
Yeah, but
about.
if I start pulling it, manipulating it, can I tell if there's anything inside it?
Well, you could tell it's made of woven reeds, and you could barely make out the corner of a sigil on it.
Okay. I'll untie the 550 cord and take a look.
Okay, you open this thing up. It's probably about 4 feet by 5 feet, and like I said, it's made of woven reeds, and there's a big sigil on it that's drawn in now faded blood.
I'll take a picture with my phone. Do I recognize the symbol?
Make an occult check.
Yeah, that's going to go over real well. But let's just take a look.
You can have my occult check. That's another 10%.
Oh, I got a 93, and I need under 10.
Yeah, you've never seen this symbol before.
Okay. So the bone fragments, I'll take pictures of those. Take picture of the hatchet. I'm taking the compass. I'll bind up the blanket, throw it back in there. The knife with the stone sheath and the wood blade, that's coming with me. The crossbow stays. And the other obsidian knife, I'm taking pictures of that to show each.
Now, the sheath wasn't a stone sheath. It was made from some kind of forearm skin.
Foreskin.
Yeah, some kind of skin.
Some foreskin, you said, right?
Yeah. Forearm skin.
Forearms.
Oh. Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
like a
it's-
baby arm.
It's not like a bris. Okay.
All right. Anything else I can tell about that knife? What kind of wood maybe?
Not right out of the gate. Not unless you spent a little bit of time, maybe did a little bit of research.
Got it. Any symbols or anything etched into it or carved into it?
No, it's looks like a pure blade.
Huh. What's the hilt made out of?
Wood.
Same wood as the blade?
It's the whole. Yeah, it's like a whole. It's almost like a wooden training knife, but it's not. It's
They carved a knife with a knife.
maybe.
It's cool.
All right, cool. So it's just a straight tang knife, like a training knife, but not a training knife, and some type of skin, sheath.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, apparently
it.
wood kills certain things or hurts certain things, hence the propensity for all this wood and stone and,
Yeah, and the silver coral tips are silver tips for those bolts. That seem to suggest something.
Okay.
So as
Okay.
you're going through this box, Kershaw makes his way out to the foyer to see Agent Each. First thing he says is, Where's your other partner at?
I think what really concerns us right now is this, and I'll show him the thing. This was found underneath the credenza. How did you miss this?
You found this under the credenza.
Yes, I took pictures of it where it was resting. I didn't want to disturb the credenza, but...
Thank you, Agent. I knew bringing you in on this was going to be beneficial. I'm glad I made the call. I'll make sure this goes up the proper chain. At that point, his cell phone starts to buzz in his pocket. Bzz, 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 bzz. Whips it out. And the phone. Detective Kershaw. Uh-huh. About time. He hangs up the phone. He's all, well, it looks like Dr. Reeves finally saw fit to give me a call and have me come over there. Now look, I'm about ready to head over to Tanner's Goods and follow up on some shit. I don't want you gentlemen going over there without me. Do you understand that?
Tanner's Goods, you don't want us going over to?
Oh, and I'll see you next episode.
Well, the way he said it, he doesn't want us going to Tanner's Goods?
Guess where we're going?
Yeah. Is that what he said? Or was
Yeah, what
he
he
saying
said.
don't go to the doctor?
Without him, yeah.
No, he said he's going to Tanner's Goods. Now,
No.
don't be going over there. Did he mean the doctor or Tanner's Goods?
No, Tanner's Goods.
Oh,
Yeah. Because he said he's going to go see Dr. Reeves, but he was on his way to go to Tanner's Goods.
oh,
go there
I got
without
it.
it.
I didn't understand. Now, what I don't understand is, what is the doctor going to say?
Well, I guess we'll just have to find out.
Yeah.
Next session.
Okay, so I'm talking to Detective Kershaw, and
No, you're not. He just
He
left.
leave?
he
You're
just
looking at the
left.
envelopes.
He took the envelopes and he left.
No,
so
he didn't.
After
Okay.
Detective
Hang
Kershaw
on a second.
leaves,
Hold on.
I love you, brother.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support the show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.